Y'all, why was I paying for Dropbox? Some years our New Year's goals are about adding things, but this year I was feeling called to subtract, and where I started my goal was cloud storage. I know why I originally signed up for Dropbox back in the day. I valued its ability to keep image quality really, really crisp, and I loved how it would sync files to my MacBook Pro, which, by the way, I no longer even have. So I signed up for Dropbox a long time ago. I've been on a recurring payment plan, paying to store those assets, and I no longer want to be in that recurring payment. It's not the best fit for my business anymore, and it's time to move all of my cloud storage into Google Drive. So that meant I had to open up my Dropbox and actually evaluate what was in there. When I actually got in there to see what was there, I was so glad that I did because I saw that I was storing a lot of assets that related to product lines my business doesn't even offer, and I was paying for that sync feature to a laptop that I no longer even had. I followed the same process that I did the month before in January when I was cleaning out my iCloud. I would touch something once and I would make a decision. Do I need to keep this for my business? If so, I moved it into my Google Drive. Do I need to keep this for my family and personal life? If so, I moved it into my family personal Google Drive. If I didn't need to keep it at all, I just deleted it. And it took me an embarrassingly short amount of time to go through and make those decisions. And I came up with an empty Dropbox. And I was so glad that I took this step. Nobody wants to declutter, but that cost savings of these monthly recurring payments, it's so important to evaluate those over time and keep our businesses as lean as possible. Now, I won't see the impact of this change immediately because I paid for Dropbox on an annual plan. But when my subscription comes up in the future, I want to make sure it does not accidentally renew for another year. So I took the additional step of reaching out to customer service, letting them know my Dropbox was empty. It was no longer a tool I needed in my business, asking if I could be prorated for what I had already been paid for, which I couldn't, which was fine, but also having them double check my work and document that I was not going to be charged for Dropbox in the future, that I had successfully put my plan back on the free account, that all payment information had been removed, and that there was no chance that a recurring payment was going to go through again in the future because there was no card for it to even charge. And so I got that documentation from customer support that I could save for my business to be extra safe and healthy in the future so that I don't incur any surprise charges. And that was the best step that I could have taken for my business in February. It took a very small amount of time spread across 2 days since I was waiting for some back and forth with the customer support tickets. And I've saved my business $128 not only this year, but every year going forwards. If you haven't looked into your monthly recurring charges inside your business, may this video be the sign that it's probably time to evaluate your cloud storage too.